Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, July 6th, 2021 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I listen for the truth and the story within my feels. Now I don't want to say that the story is just a story because I think if I made that energy mantra even longer, I listen for the truth in the story in my feels, and I listen for the truth within my story in the feels, because our stories that we tell have pieces of truth. They have pieces of things we need to know. They have pieces of potential wounding that can be tended to. So don't just judge a story as a story. Look for the nuggets. Look for the gold within there. That being said, let's do a brief week overview. I would like to say, and the car honking out there would agree, that this week is kind of a repeating pattern of last week, slightly mellower. So we had Mars going through making several connections. And as we know, Mars is quite reactive and responsive. So we actually have Venus now preparing to make the Saturn opposition, the trine with Chiron, a square with Uranus. Now, what will amplify these energies is we are going to have dark of the moon energy. We are heading into a new moon. We also have Mercury finishing up in Gemini. We're about to leave Mercury's shadow. Oh my goodness, thank goodness, because it has been a shadow for sure. But, my feeling is that we may have gone through those transits last week in a reactive energy. Venus is going to come through, and my feeling is that there's going to be higher levels of healing available to us because we may have gotten like the reactions out of our system. And even, reactions are a shift of energy. They are a release of energy. This card, when I was looking at the astro and pulling the cards, came flying out. So I'm actually going to say we're in the midst of transformation work. We really did some beautiful transformation work, especially in regards to healing. So there will be more. I think we may have to work a little bit on our receptivity, being receptive, being compassionate to these energies as they come through. Venus moving through, there may be stuff around work. There may be relationship stuff that now comes up that needs to be faced in light of what happened in and through these energies last week. So be aware of that. Again, it's important to be aware that anytime we have Leo involved, there's strong heart energy, but there can also be that ego energy that we need to be aware of. And that ego energy may be a part of us that's protecting our inner child. So being very conscientious of the inner child as we go through this. We may have worth stuff kind of doubling down. That's also really important to be aware of. So I know I was kind of trying to do a week overview, which this all is, but it was also for today. So you know. One last thing about week overview. We will have Mercury shifting into Cancer. That'll be on Sunday. But that means on Saturday and into Sunday, we will have Mercury at that 29-degree energy, and that can really spike the monkeys. So just be aware of that. Dark of the moon before Cancer can also amplify the feels. So I still think this week is going to be more mellow compared to last week. But do be aware of all these things. So for today, we have the moon in Gemini, like I said, building into that dark of the moon energy. The moon in Gemini is making several connections. It's connecting to both Venus and Saturn. And Venus and Saturn are actually making an opposition. So the moon in Gemini is feeding in. There may be some, like I said, beautiful information coming forth with this. So we had Mars opposite Saturn last week. So now this is Venus's turn. Venus in the sign of Leo reminds us to put worth on things that do connect to the heart. And my hope is this Venus connection with Saturn is like, I love this, and I'm going to connect this with my purpose because I believe this is connected to my purpose. So see how the things that you love are connected to your greater sense of purpose, your greater sense of what you're here to do for and with the world. Just seeing if I have any cards that align with that. Because I can actually look at any of the other cards. So, yeah, that's a beautiful connection feeding in. And that Gemini, Moon and Gemini energy, there may be some conversation around it. Maybe having an enthusiastic conversation with like-minded people, or even not like-minded people, may give you some insight, some deeper insight, deeper ideas and ahas around this. What we do have that may be a little challenging in and through the day, we do have Mercury squaring Neptune. So we went through one of these squares before Mercury went, before Mercury went retrograde, after it went retrograde, and here it is again. So here we have the square. It can be quite confusing. Signals may get a little crossed, probably especially as we are finishing up the retrograde. So just watch for communication issues potentially coming up. You may also get like crossed or confusing issues coming up in dreams or even psychic visions. So clear your field, get grounded, because that can help you in and through this. And hold space for possibilities. Hold space for like the good possibilities in and through all this. I'm getting that from this card, this possibilities card. There may be situations that actually do have multiple personalities, multiple possibilities. I do have the possibilities card, but the friendliness one as well. So really beautiful options, like lean towards what your heart is leaning towards. And again, see how you can work with that on that higher purpose level. Like I said, we have been doing some deeper healing work, some transformational work in and through these astro energies the last few days. I think one last thing to be aware of, the postponement card. Things may not be happening as fast as we want. Sun, Cancer, all the Taurus energy that we've been working with. I've said it before, and I just need to reiterate it. Slow and steady wins the race. Take it slow, take it easy. Don't try to rush things at this time. Yeah, I'm going to leave that there. So you can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and stay curious.